Hey everyone, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Chris here with some terrible news. For some reason, Marvel has decided, hey, you know those two series that had terrible sales and were just terrible books in general? Yeah, let's bring them back. I I think some people wanted them, some people liked them. Let's Let's bring those two back. Which were the two that were brought back? The Unstoppable Wasp with Nadia Van Pym or Van Dyne. I know no, Nadia Pym. I think she's like Van Dyne now because it wasn't like at the end of her series she took she took Jeanette's last name because there's something about like Jeanette told her about like when Hank Pym Chris Browned her that one time, and then Nadia was all sad about it. It's like, oh, I don't want to be associated with my dad. Why didn't you adopt me? Because I think the whole thing was like she wasn't actually like a legal citizen, so she couldn't actually stay there. So Jeanette, I think was it Jeanette adopted her or something. But yeah. Anyway, and then also Iceman. Iceman. I need to read a book about how to be gay. Iceman. Uh, the most the a terrible depiction of Iceman. Like it doesn't really matter if he's gay, but the whole series which is about him being gay. Like everything, like him against the world, and it was like kind of like if I don't know if I was gay, I wouldn't want Iceman representing me. Because like having seen like reviews, having seen like images from that book, it's just like, wow, he's an asshole. He's terrible. Like he's a dick. Like he decides, oh, what's the best time to hook up with someone on Grinder? Oh yeah, after the wake of one of my teammates that died. That's such a great time to hook up with a Grinder date. Yeah. So yeah, let's bring those back. They had terrible, from what I've seen, they had terrible sales. They had terrible like copies like shipped. Like a lot of them were like under 10,000. Like Unstoppable Wasp, I think like the last issue, it only shipped about like under 7,000 copies. Iceman was about 10,000, which are not good. I think it's like if it's anywhere under like 15,000 nowadays, that should be oh, I think we should, we should kill it. We should kill it because we're not getting anything out of this. So, but from these little like reviews. Oh no, but first off, we'll talk about like we'll talk about this. You asked for it, you got it, and then you asked for it, you got it. Here's the thing, Marvel. Nobody asked for this. Nobody wanted this. Unstoppable Wasp and Iceman were terrible series. They had low sales. They were cancelled. Nobody wanted it to exist. Hence why they were cancelled. Nobody liked them. Who are these people that asked for it? Who? Honestly, who? Nobody asked for these things. You know what? You know what? A lot of people have been asking Marvel. They want your staff. They want your writers. Anyone, writers, artists, regardless, to act like actual professionals. If someone criticizes them or criticizes their work, accept the criticism. Don't go off and say, "Oh well, you're just alt right. You're a Nazi. You don't know what you're just a terrible human being." Or even before that, block. Like How is that good? How is that good for business at all? Like if I hear it's like, I like this. I want to see what else they wrote. I go on the Twitter, unblocked. Why? Just because I happen to follow a certain person. Just because I follow him, I don't agree with 100% of what they say. I follow a lot of people. Do I agree with with everything they say? No, I don't. It's not a good business practice to block your customers and your fans. That's what people want. They want actual professionals acting like normal, decent beings and just normal people. You know, you go and look like someone. I remember someone criticized Scott Snyder's work. They said, "Oh, I don't like it. I thought it was terrible. This is not for me." What does Scott Snyder says? He replies to him and says, "Oh, that's unfortunate. What didn't you like about it, and what can I change?" You know, because it's a business. You want people to buy these works, and Scott in that moment accepted criticism very well. That's how you accept criticism. You don't just yell or block the customer or the fan, the reader, whatever, just because they criticized your work. That's what people want. That's the thing. That is on the top of the list of what people want from Marvel nowadays. The second is actual good stories and characters, not just absolute trash. But anyway, back to these Unstoppable Wasp and Iceman. Like I said, no one wanted these series, and we'll go into these these hilarious reviews. Comicosity. Whitley creates an instantly likable character in Nadia. Don't think anyone liked her. From what I've heard, nobody liked Nadia. I think the only time I liked Nadia was in No Surrender, but still, she really didn't do much. From Newsarama, relentlessly positive and actually a lot of fun. Something similar. I don't think I've ever seen anyone say anything positive about Unstoppable Wasp. And a lot of them didn't think it was a fun thing to read. IGN. Everything a good Marvel comic can be. Like when I saw that, I could not stop laughing. Everything a good Marvel comic can be. If it was, hey IGN, I got some news for you. If it was so good, then why was it cancelled? Like, if it was a good Marvel comic, it should still be on. It should still be ongoing. It should be, I don't know how many issues now, maybe, probably almost in their 20s, probably. If it was such a good Marvel comic, why was it cancelled? It wasn't a good Marvel comic, hence why it's cancelled. And then, here, we'll go back here, because we'll go into the Newsarama thing, because there's also reviews of the Iceman one. Something similar. I think. I can't find it. But anyway, like I said, nobody asked for these, Marvel. They weren't good series. That you lost money. Like you know who also didn't ask for us and doesn't want it? LCSs, comic stores. They don't want it. I talked to one of the guys at my LCS this morning when I went to go get my comics. I asked, "Hey, did you know Marvel is resurrecting titles that failed them?" And then he's like, "Yep." I was like, "Yeah, Unstoppable Wasp and Iceman." "Yep. Yeah, we're not happy about that." Why, Marvel? Why? His exact words. Not happy about it. Why, Marvel? Why? See, even comic shops do not want them. They are sick of what you're doing, Marvel. It has to stop. It really has to stop. Nobody likes it. You're not. What money are you getting from this? But what anything are you getting from this? And the fact that you still have the same writers, so Jeremy Whitley is still going to be writing Unstoppable Wasp. Cena Grace is still going to be writing Iceman. The thing is, if you want to relaunch them, perhaps give them to a different writer, because if the previous writers couldn't do a good job of keeping it as an ongoing, stopping it from being cancelled, why are you giving them a second chance? No, they were terrible. They are terrible writers on these series. And from what I've heard, Jeremy Whitley is good on other stuff. Unstoppable Wasp was just his terrible series. Cena Grace, I have not seen anything that Cena Grace has done except for Iceman, and I don't think I want to. Just from how bad Iceman was. But who knows? Marvel doesn't seem to listen. Like, you asked for it, you got it. Obviously, they weren't listening. They probably just I can see why they're giving Wasp another Unstoppable Wasp series a go. It's because of Ant-Man and the Wasp. It honestly is, because there's currently the Ant-Man and the Wasp mini-series as well. The thing is, these series, they're trying to profit off the movies. It doesn't work. It does not work. Like I said with my LCS, when Avengers Infinity War was coming out, were people weren't in droves trying to go buy, I need to buy the current Captain America, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, all of these series because of the Avengers. No, they wanted Thanos. And when I say they want Thanos, they were buying all of the old Thanos stories. Thanos Imperative, Thanos Sibling, Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Infinity Entity, all of those, all the older stuff. They didn't want any of the new stuff, apart from the ongoing Thanos series, which was doing good anyway. But they wanted older stuff. See, that's the effect your movies have. They don't give you any profit of your ongoing stuff. People are going to go buy the older stuff. So I don't see why you're trying this, Marvel. Please stop. But that's it. Another little Marvel rant. Haven't had one of these in ages. Just something I needed to get off my chest, because this is ridiculous. It needs to stop, Marvel. As a business, you are failing. You're not giving what your customers want. You're not listening to your customers or your fans, and you're failing. Fresh start. This isn't a fresh start. And quoting my LCS again, Marvel's fresh start is not a fresh start. You are doing the same. They are doing the same thing over and over again for the past few years. And I said, yes, exactly. That is what they do. That is what they are doing. And I 100% agree with you. It's not a fresh start. They're just doing the same thing over and over again. They only have a small pile of good series. What you want is every series to be good, and it's not working. So that's it. That's it for this. That's it for this Marvel rant. Much like Unstoppable Wasp, I resurrected Marvel rant for this one thing. But that's kind of ironic that Unstoppable Wasp is actually unstoppable. But that's it for the video. Leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Twitter, check out my previous videos. I should have more actual, reviews coming out later on. But that's it. And I will see you all in hell. I mean, later. We're pretty much in hell if Unstoppable Wasp and Iceman are getting series again. But I will hopefully see you all next time.